So these are the last three problems on today's study guide. And again, on number 7, just like numbers 5 and 6, we're dealing with a fractional exponent. The difference here is that we have a fraction of a fractional exponent. So when we do this, we treat these two numbers, the numerator and the denominator, as having exponents of 1. And we are going to do two parts to this problem. So it's like two problems in one. So we're taking 36 to the 1/2 power, because I'm multiplying 1 times 1/2. And then I'm going to also bring 49 to that 1/2 power as well. And so the way we do that is we look for two numbers that multiply to make 36. This is, again, the number of roots. The denominator tells us the number of roots. The numerator tells us the power. And so when we do this, we've got two numbers that multiply to make 36, but then we raise this to the first power. And then we do the same thing down below. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to make 49, but then we're raising this to the first power. So the two numbers that make 36, well, that would just be 6. 6 times 6 makes 36. Again, remember, even numbers try even numbers. And odd numbers like 49, well, the two numbers that make 49 are 7. So 7 times 7 makes 49. If it's an odd number, try odd numbers. Well, anything to the first power is just that number itself. So 6/7 is the answer we get. Looking at the next problem, here we have a division problem, but we've got some coefficients with it. So what you're going to want to do is treat this as three separate problems. We've got the coefficients that we're going to reduce the fraction with. We've got some a's and d's. Now, whenever you have negative exponents, get rid of those negative exponents. The way you can do that is just move those to the other part of the fraction. So I'm going to move them down below. And then I'm going to go ahead and cancel out some a's here as well. So these a's, these 4 a's, are going to cancel out 4 a's down below. But let's write this, let's spread this out a little bit. And so we've done one step already, so let's go ahead and rewrite what we've got. 54 over 36. I'm going to spread it out, keep this as one big fraction, a to the 4th over a to the 9th. But now, notice what I did here. I brought those exponents down because they were negative, so I have d to the 4th still down below, but I also have a d to the 8th power. Well, let's go ahead and do some work here. We're going to cancel out these 4 a's, because those 4 a's will cancel out 4 a's down below, but we're still left with 5 a's on the bottom of the fraction. So let's go ahead and start to rewrite our answer here. So we know in our fraction we're going to have 5 a's on the bottom of the fraction. Let's go ahead and do some more reducing here. We have 54 and 36. I see that 9 goes into those numbers. Maybe more than that, but that's the first number that comes to my mind. So 54 divided by 9, that's going to give me 6. So I know 6 goes on top, and then 36 goes, or 9 into 36 goes 4 times. So yes, I could have picked a bigger number. I didn't see the bigger number, but I see that we can reduce further. So I see that 2 goes into these numbers. So I'm going to divide them both by 2, and that's going to give me 2. And this is going to give me 3, and that's as far down as we can get it. So 3 is on top. So let's go ahead and put 3 on top of the fraction, 2 on the bottom of the fraction. Now let's deal with the d's. So going back to this, we have 4 d's here and 8 d's. Well, that just means you're going to add up those exponents. So we're doing basically a d to the 4th plus 8 is what we've got there, and that gives me 12. So that's why I have d to the 12th, but notice it's not on top. I was just about to write it there, but that would have been wrong. Notice it's on the bottom of the fraction, so I need to leave it that way. And so when we do our final answer there, pretty much we've got it. It's just 3 over, and then 2a to the 5th, d to the 12th. And there it is. Well, the next one is just testing you on whether you know how to add up some terms with different bases and knowing what to do with negative exponents as well. So count up how many d's you have. So we're going to bring all the d's together. D to the 4th plus, now what's the exponent on this? If you don't see an exponent, it's always 1. and then plus negative 3. So we took care of all those d's. Now let's take a look at the next type. We've got some e's. So e to the negative 7th plus negative 8. That's what it says up here, negative 7, negative 8. And then you just add up some terms. So count up how many d's you have. This makes 5. 5 minus 3 makes 2. So 2 d's left there. We add this up. They're the same sign, so you do add. You get negative 15. Well, we're not done yet. Whenever we have negative exponents, we need to simplify it. So I'm sure you'll see it on your test as well. Negative exponents revert to the other spot of the fraction. And so we've got d squared left on top with an e to the 15th on the bottom. And there would be our answer. Well, those are the problems on this week's test.